Hello everyone, how are you? I'm Laura from Loudoun County Farms, and you've already met some of our little friends we have here on the farm. These are our new chicks for 2020. Super cute. So today I am going to help you to brighten up your house with flowers you have in your yard. And so we're going to give you a couple of just pointers so that you can always keep your house feeling bright and cheerful during this lockdown that we're in. So I have a bucket of flowers that we got from the farm. So we own Loudoun County Farms. We're a flower farm. All of these flowers were grown at our farm. I got a whole bunch of different things. I have some lilacs, I have some daffodils, I have some redbud, we have autumn olive, we have helleborus, we have all kinds of lovely, they smell wonderful and they're just beautiful. One other thing that I did, because you're going to need a clean vase for this, I'm not sure about you guys, but I have quite a few things that maybe some family members gave me up in the attic, and I don't pull them out that often, but I figured that, you know, this was a great time. So I have some lovely carnival glass, and I have a couple different size vases. You want to make sure they're clean. If you throw them in a dishwasher or wipe them down, that's good. And then I also have water in each one of these vases. The water is cold. You don't ever want to use warm water. You use more cold water. And then if you've ever been to a grocery store and gotten a packet of flowers, they'll sometimes have these little packets of flower food in with those. I collect them, you know, whenever I have them, and I just throw a little in with these little jars whenever I'm doing something just for my house. I'm gonna cut those open. Now let's just say you don't have these. There are a couple different things you can use. You just need a little bit. You don't need to use the whole container or the whole bag on these tiny little containers. You just give them a little swish. You're good to go. But you can use a tiny itty bitty little bit of bleach that will help, because basically you're just trying to get the bacteria down in the water so that the flowers will live longer. So you use a tiny little bit of bleach. I've heard of people using vodka before, just a little bit in your water, diluted definitely. And then there's things like pennies and all that. So we'll put that up on our Facebook page later with some recipes for homemade flower food. But now that we have these all kind of situated, so when you go out and cut your flowers, you want to make sure that you cut them earlier in the morning. The earlier in the morning you can cut them, the better, because they have the most water in them in the morning, so they will live longer. So these we cut fresh this morning. And so I have all the different sizes of stems in here. I have some really long ones. I have some shorter ones. And that's where it's great to have these different sized vases, because you can put the shorter little ones in the little vases, and you can put the taller ones in the bigger vases. So first, what you want to kind of do is you want to look at your vase and determine what size of arrangement you want to make. And you know, consider the space you want to put it in, and the colors you want for the room and things like that. But you just want lovely stuff that you can just pick out of your yard. It's sometimes good to not be too picky about the color and all that. Just go for it. So we're going to start with a little bit bigger of an arrangement. I want to make mine a little bit more natural, because I love spring and it's just so much nature about. So we've got a couple long pieces. I like to do mine greenery first. In the materials and supply list, we had included a bucket. This is just a composting bucket that we just kind of put all of our tips into, and all of our leftover leaves and such that we're not going to use. And then you can just put in your compost bin. Works great. So the one main thing you want to do, again, bacteria is the enemy. Excuse me. So you want to make sure that you take off any greenery or stems that are going to be under the water level. If you don't, that's just going to cause bacteria, and it's going to cause you to have to, you're just going to cause your flowers to die quicker. And we want to keep them as nice as possible. So that's just a little long for me. So I'm just going to cut another little bit off. Here we go. And then I'm going to grab a couple more colorful items here. Again, I like to start with my greens and my foliages first. They just make a great filler. Get your shape going really well. The bucket just keeps you from making a huge mess everywhere, which nobody wants to do. There. And then we're going to put some nice red bud. I love the red buds. They're beautiful right now. They're exploding. The little flowers they have on them are edible, which is awesome. Great addition to a salad. Wow, your friends when they come over for lunch. And here I've got some darker foliages. They're a little shorter though. We might use those for some of the smaller vases. So then I've got these longer stems. These are snowdrops. They're lovely. We love them. They smell. They have a light smell to them too, which is great. So just gonna kind of put them in there. Leave them long, or you can even shorten them if you want. But it's really whatever makes you happy. You really can't mess this up too much unless you cut them too short. But then you just get a shorter vase and you're all good to go. Into this one. Fresh cuts are very good. You always want to make sure you have fresh cuts on your flowers, just because it gives you fresh cuts so they can take up all that water. Just a warning, they are going to suck up a lot of water, so just keep an eye on the level of the vases water and just add it as need be. Put a little clematis greenery in there, add a little drama. Gotta love that. There we go. Okay, so let's add some of these lovely daffodils. So we have quite a variety of daffodils here at the farm. I love them because the deer don't really like to eat them, which is awesome. And also the perennials. So they come back every year, which is lovely. Low maintenance. Can't beat that. Love that one. It's very cheerful. It smells so good. Okay.
Where's the farm?
So our farm, more information about our farm. The farm is in Waterford, Virginia. We have obviously chickens, and then we also have ducks, Muscovy ducks. We have American guinea hog pigs, and we also have some goats of different types. We have little Nigerian dwarf goats, and then we have a pygmy mix. We like the little goats. They're very easy to keep in line when you need them to be. I'm going to come around the front real quick just to look and see because I'm kind of doing it blind. So, got some lovely texture going on there. I think you just need a couple more here in the middle. And again, there's no wrong way to do this. Like, just kind of, there's a hole right there. So let's add some color. So that one, you know, that's a great large arrangement right there. You got a little bit of color going on. And then next we'll do a couple of these little small ones. I'm going to take this one. I'm just going to set it over here. And then let's do one of these little glasses. So these littler glasses, they can be a little tricky because it's just hard to get the flowers to really stay in the container because it's very short. So you just want to make sure that you cut your stems, but again, there's no greenery underneath that water line. And there was just this one right here, just a little under there, so I'm going to take them off, put it back in there. There we go. And then we're going to, what is that? This is crab apple, I believe. There we go. And we just love the color. See the blooms, and then let's add some bright foliage in there just to give it a pop. Just that blue vase. And then, you know what? I've got an amazing hyacinth bloom. These smell so good. I'll cut them off. There we go. Stick it right there. It's not staying too well, so I'm going to cut a little more off. It's all trial and error. Keep doing it until it works. There you go. And then we'll add some bright tulip. Here's another big white tulip. We need more green in there. Let's do some of this clematis. I love clematis greens. I think they're just beautiful. Very popular in events. And just kind of it's great. I love it when it kind of sticks up and out, and you know, does love very, you know, they're plants, they're wild, they're natural. Sometimes you don't want them to be perfectly in a ball. And see, one of those would be great for your bathroom. You could put it right into your bathroom, cheer you up when you go in. And I put some in my kitchen. I put one in my bedroom. I kind of tuck them all around the house so that they can, you know, just brighten your day if you're, you know, getting a little down with not being able to see your friends as often, this should cheer you up. So there's that one. Doing this one here.
Talk about seasonal flowers. Talk about the season's flowers.
So we love spring here just because spring has so many amazing flowers. We have hyacinths and tulips and daffodils. And those are all perennials, which means that they come back every year, which is great. You just plant them in the fall and you get lovely blooms in the spring. We also are about to go into peony season, which we love, and we have a couple hundred peonies planted on the property. So they're one of my personal favorites. They're lovely and they smell very good. And they're very popular for events and weddings and such. It's a little bit of lilac, which is also another popular flower. They just smell so good. And again, I'm just trimming them and then taking all these greens that are going to be in the water out. Gotta love little chickens. They're so cute.
Are we open to the public? Not yet.
So unfortunately right now, obviously with everything going on, we're not open to the public. We hope to change that eventually, but until further notice, we're not going to be, just because we want to be safe and healthy and make sure that, we follow the guidelines.
Talk about the future.
So we have many, many plans for the future. We're always planting new plants in the garden, obviously. Newest, greatest. And also, if we do have an event, we definitely talk to our clients and find out what time of year their event is going to be and what their style and color choices and things like that are. And then what we do is, if we don't already have something of that description, what we like to do is we plant things that will bloom and be in those colors. So it's great because we're always adding new beautiful things to the farm. It's called flower buckets. So let's just say you're having a baby. They're great for baby showers. They're great for weddings. They're great for just a party at your house. Maybe you don't have a huge backyard and you just want to have some flowers for your house, but again, you don't have a huge backyard, so you don't have a lot of things to just go cut. We can provide you with a bucket of flowers for you to do your own arrangements. And they're great because not only are these local, which is amazing for the planet, a lot of flowers that are bought from distributors come from all over the planet, which is a lot of travel. It's sometimes a little more pollution than we want to put in on our Mother Earth. So we just try to give another option that is beautiful and also eco-friendly. The flowers for our events are picked the week of the event, so it's great because they're super fresh and the best that the farm has to offer for that week. They are reservation only, so if you are interested, I would reach out soon and get on our books.
Back to arranging.
So I'm just going to add a few more little flowers to this one. And then I think we're good for that. Love these hellebores. Get a little zoom in on those hellebores. Aren't they great? They're another great perennial flower. They're one of the first to come out, which is great to boost your you know, winter blues. So, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope that you learned some lovely tips on how to sorry, we had a little escapee.
Hold on.
We had a little escapee, but she just wanted to be a part of the, she wanted her close up. And so basically, thank you so much for joining us here on the farm. We hope you learned something, and we hope you make some beautiful arrangements for around your house that will brighten your day. Thank you, and I want to thank my husband Joey, who is videotaping this whole thing. He's great. And I also want to thank Elizabeth from the Franklin Park Art Center for this opportunity, because we love to share information and little chickens. So, need 2 hands. Goodbye. Bye.